I'm a little breathless this morning from running in the rain to get to my cozy little attic up here. But that's not why Emily Dickinson's poem is breathless.
Emily, you said you went in the seas, he wrote on. Well, you're Emily Dickinson. Oh, Emily, you didn't have to feel that way.
Good morning and welcome to Lost for Words. I am Sarah Woods. Thank you for joining me on this gray and rainy day as I escape in my little dry, cozy, dark little nook that I've got going on here. Perfect place to get cozy and explore some love poetry. Today we are going to be exploring one of Emily Dickinson's love poems, and if you're somebody who likes romance, Hallmark movies, if you really love that beginning part of a relationship where things are all sparks and fireworks and mystery, then this poem is for you. It is such an exciting and beautiful poem that she does a fantastic job of building this tension between two people that is just amazing. If you want to read this in the complete poems of Emily Dickinson, it is number 208. All right, let's just jump right in, okay? Okay, ready? The rose did caper on her cheek, her bodice rose and fell, her pretty speech like drunken men did stagger pitiful, her fingers fumbled at her work, her needle would not go. What ailed so smart a little maid, it puzzled me to know, till opposite I spied a cheek that bore another rose, just opposite another speech that like the drunkard goes, a vest that like the bodice danced to the immortal tune, till those two troubled little clocks tick softly into one. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I just love this poem. Because I am one of those girls that, like, I love chocolate and I love falling in love and romance. Like, I was one of those people that love to watch like the little Hallmark movies at Christmas, and would drive my husband crazy because he's like, this is the same story over and over and over again. I'm like, yes, isn't it wonderful? So here we have Emily Dickinson's imagination, and she has conjured up in her mind, she has this woman and she's watching her. This woman, she is working with her needlework, trying to sew something. And as she watches this woman, she notices it says, the rose did caper on her cheek. And caper means to skip or dance. So you imagine this like redness starting to like flush her cheeks. I love that she calls it a rose. Like the idea of blushing being compared to a rose on your cheek. Like, I think that is really beautiful. So this woman, she's blushing, her cheeks are turning red. And it says her bodice rose and fell. So you imagine like her breath has become sharper and shallower, and like you can actually see her breathing, like just the movement of her chest. Her pretty speech like drunken men did stagger pitiful. So here you've got this woman, her cheeks are turning red, her breathing is getting shallow and rapid, and she can barely like put her sentences together correctly. And she says, what ailed so smart a little maid, it puzzled me to know. She's like, what the hell is going on with this woman? This lady is so smart. And she's like she's so talented, and what's wrong with her? It seems like something has come over her and she's not herself. So she's like watching this woman sort of unfold, and just sort of like all these crazy things are happening to her. And till opposite, she says, I spied another cheek. So she's got this woman over here who's turning red, fumbling her needlework. She's, her breathing is changing. And she looks across the room, and there's another cheek that is doing the same thing. It is turning the same shades of red, roses appearing all over the cheeks. So we've got two people whose cheeks are blushing. And then she notices this person, their speech is all fumbled and like a drunkard, and that they're not able to like quite say things in a coherent manner. They're stumbling over their words. And this person, so the first person was wearing a bodice. So we have this female, and then this other person with their cheeks blushing and turning red, and their speech is all like a drunken person. She describes this person, they're wearing a vest, and she says, a vest that like the bodice dance. So now you see over here we have a woman, and over here we have a man, and all the things that are happening to this woman are happening to this man, and she's starting to put two and two together. There's something going on here between these two. And she calls them, she says, a vest that like the bodice danced to the immortal tune. And I'm like, the immortal tune. I'm guessing that the immortal tune, it's a melody, or not a melody, a song that never dies. And like the only thing that could possibly be is love. And so here you have these two people, this woman, this man, this bodice, this vest, blushing. Their breathing is changing, and she's watching them breathe. She's watching her bodice rise and fall. She's watching his vest dance on his chest, and she says, till those two troubled little clocks. So now she's gotten very surreal, and this bodice and this vest are suddenly morphing into clocks, and you can see them ticking. And she not only describes them as clocks, but troubled clocks. So now you're imagining two clocks that are like having trouble remembering how to keep time. and it said, till those two troubled little clocks tick softly into one. So you slowly see them start to have like this coherent rhythm, like their time starts to match each other, and they like sort of melt into each other and tick softly into one. And it's sort of like there's something almost like climactic about it. Like, so there's like this building, and then as they come together, then it's like like this breathing sort of feeling is what she leaves us with. I feel like this is a very like simple poem in that it doesn't take a lot of digging to kind of discover the meaning, but it describes a feeling and an experience so well. That feeling of attraction, that feeling of falling in love, that feeling of it's almost like a drug, like it's like that dizzy, like heart racing, like you can feel it in your veins, you know, this experience these two people are having with each other, and it is So honestly, I don't have a whole lot more to say about this poem besides the fact that I just wanted to read it and share it with you, and pass it along, because forever, throughout history and forever into the future, people will be falling in love and experiencing this attraction, these sparks, this exhilarating feeling of connecting with another person and being sort of mesmerized by them and taken back and, like, I don't know. So as the rain picks up around me, it's getting louder and louder. I guess I will just leave you with a question. What is your favorite love poem? Do you have one? Have you read very many love poems? Have you ever written a love poem? I feel like Emily did such a good job with this one. But I think for today we're going to keep it short and we're going to stop there. But I hope you enjoyed this poem and enjoyed sort of coming into the middle of this dance between this man and this woman and getting all wrapped up in their, like, warm, gooey feelings. And that we got to experience a little bit of the rush that they were feeling. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next time. Thank you.
Destined